Hi everyone, welcome back to Future Fridays. I'm Mitash Kalra, and today we're with the Colorado FBLA State President, Ms. Megan Waitman.
Hi, I'm happy to be here today, Itash.
Yes, I'm so glad that you're on the show, and I can't wait to talk to you about your leadership and your experience in FBLA.
Yeah.
So let's get started with it and let's dive right into it. Megan, why don't you start off by telling us how you got involved in FBLA?
Yeah, so leadership has always been something that I've been very passionate about. It started in junior high when I decided that I wanted to be a leader. I wanted to focus on my leadership and on me becoming the best leader that I could be. So once I got in high school, I just thought to myself, what better way to build my personal leadership than by joining FBLA? So I did just that, and then throughout FBLA, I saw how much everyone around me grew as leaders and how much they just defined themselves, and it was amazing to see how the progress that people could make in this organization. So then I realized that my passion isn't just about me. I am passionate about helping others define themselves as leaders and helping others find that leadership within themselves and stepping out of their comfort zones to do the things that they never thought they were capable of doing. And that's the thing about FBLA that I really love, is that you have the opportunity to do just that, and it gives you a chance to do whatever you set your mind to.
So Megan, you talked a lot about leadership going from junior high into FBLA. What would you define as the essence of leadership, or what a perfect leader looks like? Yeah,
so I don't really think that there is a perfect leader. I think that all leaders kind of work in their own way, and that everyone leads differently. But ultimately, I could tell you that a leader needs to be responsible and organized and confident and all these different things. And it's completely true. 100% a leader does need to be those things. But to me, a leader needs to be accessible, and they need to be hands-on. When I say accessible, I mean that they need to be someone that people can come to and bring their ideas to, no matter how crazy they are. As the future leaders of America, we deserve to be heard. So I think a leader needs to be someone that people feel comfortable going to, no matter what, whether it's just having a conversation or talking, or it just needs some encouragement. I think that that's really essential for a leader to have.
So do you believe in the lead by example phrase?
Yes, of course. When I say hands-on, I mean that a leader needs to show that they're willing to put in the work and the time that it takes to do whatever it is. Whether it's a small task or a large task, people are going to be much more willing to jump in and get involved if they see that their leader's willing to put in the work as well.
Of course. And since you've become the Colorado FBLA State President and you're a two-term state officer, what have been your biggest accomplishments within FBLA?
Yeah, so this year my term just started as the state president. And mainly we've just been working on getting our program of work together, and we are super excited. We have some amazing goals that we are excited to share with our members this year and to get them involved a little bit more. But outside of that, with my first year in office, I was a vice president, and I had the opportunity to organize and run a district conference with over 400 people, and so that was
excellent.
Yeah, and that was a big success for me, and it was just amazing to see all of your hard work come together and play out in a successful day.
And how has that shaped you, that experience of being a state officer and organizing that conference? How is that different in being a state officer and when you were just a member? What's the experience been like?
Yeah.
And after you've become a state officer and you had that experience of all of these higher level leadership activities, organizing conferences, what have you gained out of that? How has it been different than when you were just an FBLA member?
Yeah. So I think that a lot of what I've gained from being a state officer, obviously you have your organization, and you get a ton of leadership experience. You're put in a position where people look up to you, and people come to you for whether it's questions or advice or whatever it may be. So that really has just given me a ton of experience, and it's also, more than anything, really built my confidence in myself, and my ability to accomplish my goals and to set them even higher than I thought possible. But another big thing that I've noticed is I've gotten to travel all across the state and meet so many unique and diverse people, and then also at the same time I've been able to see all these diverse cultures and and ideas come together and just kind of unite together in FBLA, and so that's been amazing too.
That's absolutely fantastic. So now let's move on to a little bit more personal questions. What has been your favorite experience within FBLA? Just quickly.
Oh, my favorite experience, that's a tough one. My favorite experience in FBLA, I mean, I have a ton of them, but my favorite experience was definitely, I got to watch my best friend win nationals, and to me that was just, it was an amazing thing to see all of her hard work and to see how you can put so much work into a project all year and then it just pay off completely, and to see her joy and just to see her hard work pay off, that was really amazing to me.
That's great. That's awesome that you really care about other people.
I love her.
And so Megan, you've been such a great leader throughout the past
Thank
2
you.
years. What drives you? What are you passionate about to really achieve more? Is it you wanting to have more success in the future, or is it something, just a part of your personality that drives you? What is it that really motivates you and pushes you to do well?
Yeah, so I mean, like I mentioned, I've always been very passionate about leadership, about me being the best leader that I can be, but also about helping others be the best leaders that they can be. And I honestly think that some of that comes from my competitive personality. I like to constantly push myself and constantly be better than I was yesterday, and so that really helps me in keeping motivation and keeping my drive to continue on reaching and setting different goals.
That's awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, I know a lot of us have competitive personalities, and,
for sure.
and that definitely can go a long way sometimes.
It can. It's amazing to see them all play out at competitions and stuff like that.
Exactly. And it should always be healthy competition, of course.
For sure, yeah.
So Megan, what do you want to do in the future? Do you want to go into business like a lot of students in FBLA, or are you interested in some of those other career-related opportunities that may not be directly business?
Yeah, so I actually am not interested in a business field. However, I do honestly really believe that because of FBLA, I still will be able to succeed in a field that is not related to business, just with the leadership skills and the networking skills and just the different types of skills that FBLA gives you that will help you no matter where you're at in the real world. I want to go into pre-med and biology and then and get my doctor's in that. And then I plan to go work in third world countries with children with disabilities.
Wow, so we're going to catch you saving the world, saving thousands of lives.
I hope so.
Yes.
That's the goal.
That's absolutely great. That's absolutely great. A lot of people want to be doctors in FBLA. I know, doctors, lawyers, politicians.
Yeah.
And I think FBLA just allows for that because business really ties into almost every career field. So it's great.
Yeah, and the thing with FBLA is it is a business organization, but we don't just focus on business. We have something for everyone. So just like me, I'm not interested in business, but this organization has still helped me thrive in more ways than one. And so no matter what I think people are interested in, there's definitely something for them in our organization.
Fantastic. Oh yeah. So as state president this year, Megan, what are some of the biggest things that you want to accomplish for your state and the organization? Yeah,
so one of Colorado FBLA's and my personal goal is to focus on giving back to our state and our communities and even our country. Through that, I really want to focus on the Colorado Relief Fund. And I know not a lot of people know about it, but it is this program that Colorado FBLA implemented a while back, actually, that focuses on supporting FBLA members and families that have experienced some sort of life-changing event, whether that be their house burns down in a fire or a car accident or whatever that may be. The Colorado Relief Fund strives to raise money and funds so that in the case of need, we can support our members and we can help give back to them because they've given so much to our organization. So we just want to show that we support them and that we are there for our members. That's absolutely great. I'm glad you love giving back to the community. It's very important to do. Thank you. And Megan, as the top leader in our state, you have a lot of responsibilities for Colorado FBLA. But on top of the state level, what would you like to see change on the national FBLA level? Yeah, so I would really like to see a little bit more presentation opportunity for our members. Okay. I know that we get a lot of this already through competitive events and different things like that, but having the networking skills and the confidence to be able to talk in front of a group or present in front of a board that you don't know, I really think it's a valuable skill that everyone needs to have and that will take you a long ways in life. Awesome. And before we end this episode today, what's one or two pieces of advice that you'd give to FBLA members? Yeah, Yeah, so before anything, as members, I think that it's really important that you are involved and you take advantage of the opportunities that FBLA has for you. You know, whether that's listening to a keynote speaker or it's doing these different activities in a workshop. Those activities are there for a reason, and they're going to help you in some way or another. So don't take those for granted, and just have fun while you're here. I mean, our organization has a lot to offer, but we also have a lot of fun activities that come along with it.
That's excellent. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for watching. This was episode 7 of Future Fridays. We had our special guest, Megan Waitman, here today, the Colorado FBLA State President. We'll see her change the world in some ways. She'll be saving people and helping lives in third world countries hopefully soon, and she's going to do some great stuff this year for Colorado FBLA.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on our show.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Of course, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.